Hey, this is Buzz with episode 41 of AirWaves, and in this episode I've got a pair of Palomars. That's up next on AirWaves.
Buzz Stone's AirWaves.
Buzz with episode 41 of AirWaves, and we've got here on the camera, it's a Palomar TX-100 linear amplifier. That's part of the duo, the pair of Palomars I'll be talking about this episode. And the other item, this Palomar Model 500 power and SWR meter. This is a classic from the early 70s. As a matter of fact, I acquired this meter from a good friend of mine who got it, he told me, on his 19th birthday. He's owned it all these years until he sold it to me just recently, and he's in his 60s. So it's been around a long time, but still works great. And I've got this Palomar meter here teamed up with the Palomar TX-100 linear amplifier. And what we'll be doing is just doing a few tests here and show you how it all works. But this is a great little meter here. Of course, it measures SWR, forward and reflected power, SWR and power, and it has all the way up to 1,000 watt capability. And you've got a selector over here. You can choose on the scale of either 10 watts, 100 watts, or 1,000 watts. And since this is a 100 watt amplifier, I've got it set on the 1000 scale. You got your calibration here for setting your SWR. And something kind of unique to this, I think, is this here, this AM monitor. And what that is, you can plug a pair of headphones in there, or you could plug a monitor speaker in there, and you can actually listen to your audio as you're transmitting. I'm guessing, I haven't opened this up yet, I'm guessing that there's some kind of an audio transformer in the circuit there that's drawing that audio out of there. But yeah, kind of a neat feature. What we're going to be doing here, I've got a Uniden Pro 510 XL. So you see that there, there's the Uniden set to channel 12. That's on AM, on Citizens Band. We'll be using that for our test radio, and that's being fed into the Palomar TX-100. There's the TX-100, and we'll kind of go over that. You've got your on-off switch here. You've got a preamp, which I'm not using at this time. And you've also got either AM or single sideband. Now this is a broadband amplifier. And of course over here you got your metering. And you can see here this is indicating that the amp is on. So what we'll do is I'll just key up the radio here. And you can hear that we've got some RF coming in there over the microphone. And so next what I'm going to do is switch over to the Palomar SWR meter, and we'll see what kind of power output we've got on this amplifier. Okay, I'm zoomed in tight here on this meter, so hopefully you'll be able to see the readings we're getting. So again, this is a TX-100. It's rated at 100 watts output, and we're going to see what it shows up here on the Palomar power meter. So we're going to key the mic, and hopefully you can see that there. This is on the 1000 watt scale, and it looks to me like it's halfway in between a 100 and 200 watt signal there. So it looks like we're putting out close to 150 watts. So that's pretty good considering it's rated at 100 watts. I'm feeding this, by the way, with my my large Astron power supply. I do have a I'm going to be experimenting with this. I got a great deal on this on eBay. Let's see if I can get that in there without actually moving the camera. I'm sure you've seen these. These are the Chinese power supplies. This one's actually rated at 12 volts and 33 amps. So I'm thinking about, and it didn't come with a power cord, I had to attach my own power cord, but I got this with shipping. I think it was like $35, somewhere in that area. So not a bad deal. Has a cooling fan in it. I'm thinking about dedicating this to the amplifier and see how that works out, because this is actually rated higher. My Astron is only 20 amps. So I'm going to check this out and see how that works. Maybe I'll do that in another episode. So anyway, there you see it. We've got the pair of Palomars, the Palomar Model 500 SWR power meter and the Palomar TX-100 linear amplifier, broadband linear amplifier. I'm not sure how old it is, but I mean, I'm guessing it dates back quite a ways. I did open it up, looked inside, it was very clean. That's something I picked up on eBay, by the way. Let's zoom on back out here. So there you see the Palomar TX-100, the Palomar Model 500 power meter, and our test radio today, the Uniden 510 XL. So definitely doing the job, putting out 150 watts out of a 4-watt CB radio. Very pleased with how it's all functioning. You know, anytime you buy used equipment, of course, you're rolling the dice, but everything seems to be working great. So just thought you'd like to see a pair of Palomars here in action. This is episode 41 of AirWaves. I'm Buzz Stone. I hope you'll subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with a friend. And we'll see you on down the dial.